I'm a little bit late on this topic, but we're going to talk about it anyway. What are triploids? How do they affect the plant genetically? And how is it going to affect growing and the community as a whole? Hello, everybody. My name is Cannabis Express 420. And hey, man, if this is your first time seeing me and you want to learn more about this plant we all know and love, and you want to know more about gardening in general, hit the subscribe button to get notified every time I upload to get information about plants. Without further ado, let's talk about triploids. So first, getting into it, as a medically certified diagnosed idiot, I'm going to explain what are triploids and what do they do? How do they become and how are we going to inject them into our equation to get plants that can do some crazy shit? Well, as far as I know, as a non-scientific man, so take everything I say with a grain of salt, it is basically when a scientist will alter the chromosomes of the plant and add more chromosomes in. And these things can affect its fertility, its smell, its taste, its general effect, and all sorts of other things about the plant, as well as resistances it has to pests or disease. Sounds like a really cool thing, right? Well, when you get a triploided plant, it is not going to be able to pollinate. That's one of the side effects that comes along with having the triploid effect in its genetics. So without the ability to breed, these plants are basically created just to make more flour for you and me. Can you clone them? I'm not sure yet. But the more weed, the better. Now, when you are going through a process of growing, a lot of people are going to be seeking bud. And to get the bud, you need a female plant. If you get a regular seed, there is a 50% chance that plant will be female and a 50% chance it will be male. If you get a feminized seed, your plants will be 99.99% female, and sometimes, in some cases, they will also herm out. Feminized seeds have a tendency to herm out when they get stressed. That's a pretty regular thing, pretty common, but if you know how to grow, you should be just fine. Triploided plants, not only will they be female, I assume we'll be doing this with a lot of feminized genetics, not only will they be female, they also will not be able to produce seeds. So even if that plant did herm out, the pollen would not be able to affect the flower itself. Now, going into this, there's a lot of speculation. Someone brought up a really good point. I believe they were talking to Pigeons 420. I'm not 100% sure. I wish I could credit them with my full chest. But they said something about, I hope that the US government does not start altering laws to make it so that home growers only have access to seeds that are triploided, because that would effectively end being able to breed for all home growers. And when we had the black market days in the early 1900s, well, not early, even 1900s, in the later 1900s, when the entire market was dependent on home growers being able to breed cannabis and make new strains and keep the strains alive, distribute the seeds so that even if they got in jail or they got seized or they lost the genetics themselves, someone else had a backup. That would completely end with triploided cannabis being the only thing that we have access to. Now, do I think it's a bad thing? Not in itself. I don't think it's a bad thing in itself. Especially when you look at the commercial side of things, it can be very appealing to a commercial grower to have something that's not going to be able to pollinate. But on the same token, we do need to be able to breed. I do believe that every single home grower should use the outdoor season. Well, not the outdoor season, maybe. You don't want to contaminate everyone else's stuff, but you should at least go through some sort of breeding, just if nothing else, just to save money on seeds. But without getting too far off topic, I want to actually cut it off there. What do you guys think of triploids based on this little bit of information you have? Um, I know that they're going to have their place in the cannabis community, but I want to know what you guys think. So leave a comment down below, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you very much for joining.